What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the Portsmouth career mode. We are back for the second half of the season, trying to smash into the playoffs. Now, if you don't remember, for the first half of the episode, we ended up in the playoffs around 6th place with 22 games left in the season. We'd cleared our budget, our debts, in fact, and this was the squad that we have been left with. A lot of older players like Balmont and Pittman, but a couple of young lads coming through the side as well. Ashraf, our first player to get up to a 7th rate, our star player, arguably Curtis. But do go subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get right into the action. As you can see here, we're kicking things off, trying to sell a couple of players, trying to get in a little bit of bank. We're talking with Cork City here, which probably tells you this is not a big sell. It's Maloney, one of our young players. He's going for 171,000,000, because I wanted to get into a round number, which is pissing off. But first game of the season, we're up against Doncaster Rovers. It should be a very interesting game as we dive into season. January transfer, I'd like to get a little bit of transfers done. Don't know whether we'll be able to. That should have been a goal right there, because I just kept it a little bit lower there from Andy Cannon. But is it Andy Cannon? I can never remember this. Andy or Richie. But they get a very good opportunity as the first half comes to an end right then. And it's still not led 1-1. 0-0. And it's just not looking like either side was going to get anything until right at the end. A poor tackle, and they're able to get through and get the goal to give them a 1-0 lead with just 15 minutes left on the clock. It's 1 minute's gone through, but we still have opportunity to swing to the back post. And Muller, a youngster coming through the side, just 17 years of age from Denmark, heads the ball in and gives us a 1-1 draw in our opening game of this month. Then we've got Gillingham up next in the cell. I'll kind of clump the sim scans, so it's not within data or exactly, but Gillingham 3-0. Portsmouth 2-1 victory over Bolton, and a 1-1 draw Wimbledon shows. We're trying to keep up the form a little bit as well, but we've got CFR Cluj here coming to do a little bit of business. They're looking at one of our top players trying to get a bit more cash in the bank and see whether that deal goes through in the end. We're also bringing in a second youth scout. I'm trying to build up the youth academy because that's where I can get the most money from. This is a big one. Up against Lincoln here, and it's not a good result we wanted in the slightest. A win would have been huge, but we only had to get any of those deals through. The Andy Cannon deal fell through, like the trust them for $1 million, meaning we were unable to bring anybody in. And it's the end of the month, January month, that comes to an end. You can see 16 games left in the season. We're still in 6th, but it's looking pretty tight. MK Dons and Lincoln very, very close behind us. As we dive into February, up first it's Tranmere Rovers, and it's a good 4-1 victory actually. We lead on with Accrington Stanley where we win 3-1, and then Rochdale for final of these three, I believe. No, one more up against Peterborough where we managed to get another draw. So we're getting all pretty good performances here throughout the season. And next up, we are coming up against another top side here. It's going to be Sunderland. They're leading the league as it currently stands. We actually went for a slightly weaker team in this scenario, just because of the fact that I wanted to try and rest some players in a game that I honestly thought we didn't have a big chance. Play Harrison, who hasn't had a lot of game time in recent months, to be honest, but we give him a chance. And Sunderland, they got off to a very strong start, forcing us good stop at Hal Dawson. This is a great opportunity actually. We're seeing the ball in, and he can try to get there. Actually takes out, I think that's Curtis on the ball there. Could you get the penalty? Probably not. We continue to put the pressure in here. Cannon with another decent effort goes in McLaughlin's hand, but the game doesn't look like it's going to end too well. As an absolute beautiful finish, sticks it past Alonso. Maybe he should have done a bit better. It's not done yet, as you can see. They get a good clearance off. We're trying to get chances through. Nothing is quite reaching his Curtis. So it's a poor ball in him. We make switches, trying to make changes. Muller, who scored in the previous game, it's not hitting the goes up and steps up. It's going to be Cannon, the man that we almost sold. With a pretty damn bullet header, you have to say. That is a stinking header to make it 1-1 this game. Thinking a points decent against topside league for Max Power. What a name, let's just say, but Max Power steps up and makes it 2-1 Sunderland right out of the dead. Disappointment for us, but we can't rest on our laurels. Fleetwood Town is up next. They're about 11th in the league, I think, about this stage, and we should be winning this game. However, there are definitely no push-ups, especially away from Fratton Park. A big clearance there to stop the ball going in, and another big stop from Hal Dawson shows the team that was dominating in the first 30 minutes of the game. Pittman should have finished that chance right there, but it wasn't to be, and they continue to put pressure on in the 90s, you can see, but they weren't able to break the deadlock, and actually ended up 0-0. Maybe we didn't deserve a lot from that game, but we got it in the end, so there it is. And this is the biggie. This is a biggie. Up against Ipswich here. This is a top side and a half that we're facing. They are coming in third, scrapping it out with Oxford and Peterborough to get that second promotion playoff spot. And they're also the best defensive side in the league. We're second to be able, which is pretty solid. So you're probably thinking 0-0 draw, but I can't see that one happening with two top sides. Both teams getting chances earlier on the game for. I think that is Downing, actually our centre-back, almost goes on the score to get a second opportunity. He just ended up front for like 10 minutes. I don't know what is going on, but I'm not complaining. He wins the penalty, and then standard mate against Sage. So there you go, still 0-0. We're not taking our opportunities in the slightest, but we're going to have to deal with that, and that's exactly what we don't do. A good passing move there was Will Keane in there for Man United line, actually. A great move, to be fair. We just weren't able to capitalise, and they just make it 2-0 because we just didn't apply the pressure where we need to. Oliver Norwood and his lads going to get a big victory there, and with 6 games left in the season, this is how the table is looking. We're in 7th place. It's not the position we need to be. Our rivals-ish Lincoln have taken our spot in the top 6, and we're going to need to scrap it back. And with a big game here, up against 5th in the league is Bristol Rovers. This should be a good one. Let's get to it. And Bristol Rovers then, this should be an interesting game. We have a very good chance at Ellis Harrison actually. Right at the beginning of this match, couldn't quite make that one play, and then they play it to Clark Harris, forcing a big stop out of Hal Dawson, and then Andy Cannon. Probably should have finished that to make it 1-0, but no worries, Ellis Harrison is played through, and we're able to get a huge first goal with 6 games left in the season. That's critical, absolutely critical. And there's just really not a lot of chance for either side, a lot of offsides, a lot of wasted chance, a lot of midfield play. See here, Harrison just played off. No one really wants to take the risk and go for the game. So it did end up finishing as a 0-0 draw. We scored earlier, 1-0 victory, which is absolutely huge. We're up against Rotherham here, and this is not the result that we need at this stage in the season, considering we need to close the gap. Bury was up next, and finally Burton before the last game of the season. We're coming to Southend. Sorry, no, we are going to Southend. I don't know what their stadium is called, I'm going to be honest. They're sitting near the relegation zone, if I'm correct, actually. We should be able to win this game as we get into it, and Curtis just gets us all to a lovely start with a good finish. We have to score 3 points, otherwise we are not going to be in the playoffs. He sticks his hand through Brown's arm, which I found a bit weird, but look at this finish. It is an absolute beauty as he sticks that one home, but it's not going to last for too long. As just this is disappointing. It trips off the defender's leg. I think it's Brown at that spot, and it just goes in for 1-0. And you thought it was going to go wrong. Ashraf, what are you doing there, lad? Leaving Iverson, our 16-year-old centre-back, at the back, all on his own. Thankfully, that one, as you'll see in just a second, was just offside. And we thought we were saved, and we thought we'd get it back, but no. Southend go and make it 2-1. The last 2 games of the season that I played, I just couldn't keep up with the game. I was absolutely awful, and there you can see the final table at the end of Season 1. We finished with 77 points. As a possible, I don't know how many totals you could end up with, that's a dumb saying, but 2 points off of Bristol Rovers to add insult to injury. Lincoln to the side that go up in the playoffs, which is even worse to see Sunderland and I believe it was Ipswich, the teams that went up automatically. But this is a quick look at the team as it comes to a close real quick. Running through the squad, let's take a look. Now you probably think that was weird time to stop it, but I forgot to sort out all the stuff, so we are back once again. This is the final squad review for Season 1. This side has a lot of work to be done. Take a look at the keepers first off. Hal Dawson's been solid, but I reckon he needs replaced for Season 2. Iverson there and Ashraf, both promising centre-backs. Ashraf obviously a bit older, but I'm very happy with him. Downing's been solid. The defence, to be honest, I'm pretty pleased with. I reckon he can stick with them. Minoga and May hold on to it, and then we've got Starman Curtis coming up here. He's going to be very important in the upcoming season. Andy Cannon also had the top here. Balmont, he's a bit slow, but he's still holding on. He's still not going to retire, which I found very interesting. A lot of players going up in rating, which is absolutely brilliant. Adam May up to a 63, Ryan Morris up to a 65, Oscar up to as well, and Harness up to a 68 rating. With his pace, he could be absolutely critical in Season 2. So leave suggestions as to who I should be signing. Muller, that lad is going to be important in the upcoming years. I reckon we'll be able to stand for a fair chunk when it comes to it. Marku is good as well, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I will leave you as we run through these final pieces of players. A couple of pieces of insider knowledge for Season 2. That man there, Ellis Harrison, is going to be leaving us at the end of the season. And to make things more interesting, Salford City are going to be in the League 1 for next year. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Do go drop me a sub if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you guys then. Peace!